Please welcome Femi Thomas, VP Chief Compliance Officer.
It's always hard to tell what the energy is going to be like when you're first after lunch, so hopefully it'll be good. I'm Femi Thomas, and I help make it easier for everyone to experience the world through my work as the Chief Compliance Officer at Booking.com. Now, I know there aren't many lawyers at cool events like Click, so thank you for letting me be here today. I promise I won't say anything else like lawyer or compliance, except for at the end when we have compliance training. You won't get away without that one. I have the privilege today of leading in two exceptional panels as we talk about travel as a positive force. See, I grew up a world away from here, and that picture looks very different on an iPhone screen than it does on a big screen like this. And I promise you the only reason we have it up is to prove that I wasn't born bald. And also, it's just very cute. But as I was saying, I grew up a world away from here in Lagos. Anybody for Lagos? Nobody? Okay, that's awkward. And Lagos sits on the southwestern edge of Nigeria where the Atlantic meets the African continent. Then and now, years of environmental degradation have turned a seemingly idyllic spot into a troubled corner of the world. Coastal erosion and other ills, vast economic inequities drive many children into early labor, often forced labor. But here I stand on this stage today in Amsterdam to speak with you and to celebrate many of the ways that our company, Booking.com, and you, our partners, help mitigate these challenges to make the world a more acceptable place, even in its most challenging pockets, a more accommodating place, a world worth living and leaving. Living in for us and leaving behind for those who come after us. This afternoon, my colleagues will lay out some of the steps that Booking.com has taken on sustainability and inclusion. And we'll also speak about how our industry can act with credibility and authenticity to return value to travelers in 2023 and beyond. But first, why? Well, first because it simply is the right thing to do, but also because our customers are increasingly telling us that it's important to them. Our recent Travel Sustainable report tells us that 81% of global travelers think sustainability is vital, and another 78% say that they intend to stay in a sustainable property at least once in the coming year. But it's not always easy for travelers to put that into practice. That's why we launched our Travel Sustainable Badge, to recognize partners who are making steps towards sustainability and to present that information in a manner that is transparent and clear to travelers. We're also working internally to be more sustainable ourselves. We recently released a compelling climate target scheme, which sets out our framework to reaching net zero emissions by 2040. In addition to our work on sustainability, we're also grappling with how we make travel a positive force for individuals and communities. We recognize that travel and tourism can have some adverse impacts on human rights. So we take this seriously, and last year we released our first human rights statement. It's guided by our own values and internationally recognized standards, and it lays out our commitments to respecting and promoting human rights wherever we do business. One of our top priorities is in addressing the risks of human trafficking and modern slavery. We're working with a number of experts, including ECPAT USA, the Code, and others, to understand how we can best assess and address these issues, providing tools, training, and information to our partners, and using our tech to better screen and address any risks of human trafficking wherever they may occur in our value chain. Another priority is promoting inclusive and respectful travel experiences for all people. We believe that travel should be accessible and welcoming to everyone, regardless of background, identity, or ability. We want to make it easier for diverse travelers to experience the world as themselves. We're taking concrete steps to help our partners as well demonstrate their own diversity and inclusion efforts. Our aspirations align with the values and the expectations of today's travelers, who are increasingly mindful of their impact on the world and seek meaningful and responsible travel experiences. I now introduce two panels that will give you a lot to think about and also help us celebrate all that we do and can do to help make it easier for everyone to experience the world. But before the first panel comes up, here's a video about our sustainability plan, and thank you very much for having me today. Thank you.